We thought we got lucky. That's how every nightmare starts. When Lena first walked through our front door, she looked like the answer to months of stress. Calm smile, soft voice, perfect references. She folded our son's blankets without being asked, remembered feeding times after hearing them once, and somehow made our chaotic house feel peaceful. My wife cried the day we hired her. Not because she was emotional, because for the first time in 6 months, she thought she could finally sleep. And Lena gave us no reason to doubt her. She never called in sick, never checked her phone, never complained when the baby screamed for hours. She sang these old lullabies neither of us recognized, and somehow he'd stop crying almost instantly. Too instantly. That was the first thing that bothered me. Our son, Noah, hated strangers, hated being held by anyone but us. But with Lena? Silence. Stillness. Like he knew her. I told myself I was being paranoid. Exhausted parents invent weird fears. Then the small things started. Drawers left open upstairs. Baby clothes folded in patterns instead of stacks. Noah's stuffed rabbit moved from crib, to the rocking chair, to the windowsill. Lena always denied touching any of it. She'd smile politely and say, "Maybe you forgot." And I almost believed her. Until one night, I came home early. The house was dark except for the nursery light under the door. I heard Lena inside whispering. Slow. Rhythmic. Like she was talking someone through a secret. I reached for the knob. Then everything went silent. When I opened the door, she was standing by the crib, smiling like nothing happened. Noah asleep. Room spotless. Long day, she asked. I said yes. But that night, I ordered a hidden camera. I told no one. Not even my wife. Because if I was wrong, I'd feel insane. And if I was right, I didn't know what I'd brought into my home. The camera arrived 2 days later. And what it captured on the very first night made my blood run cold. I installed the hidden camera inside a smoke detector facing the nursery. Tiny lens. Full view of the crib, rocking chair, dresser, and door. The next morning, I left for work like everything was normal. At 10:14 a.m., my phone buzzed. Motion detected. I opened the app expecting to see Noah crying or Lena changing him. Instead, Lena was standing in the middle of the nursery. Perfectly still. Noah wasn't even in the room. My wife had taken him downstairs. So why was Lena up there alone? 10 seconds passed. 20. Then a full minute. She never moved. Then slowly she smiled. And whispered, "You're awake early today." I felt my stomach drop. There was nobody there. She walked to the crib and placed one hand on the mattress, gently patting it like she was calming a child. "You need patience," she said softly. "They still think he belongs to them." I replayed the clip 3 times. No earbuds. No phone. No one else. She was speaking to empty space. Then she reached into her pocket and pulled out a folded piece of paper. She slid it under the crib mattress with careful hands, like it mattered. Footsteps echoed in the hallway. Instantly, Lena changed. Smile gone. Shoulders relaxed. She grabbed a blanket and began folding it like a normal nanny. My wife entered carrying Noah. Lena turned with that warm, trusted voice. "There's my sweet boy." I nearly drove home right then. But if I confronted her now, she'd deny everything. I needed proof. That night, after she left, I went straight to the nursery. I lifted the mattress. The paper was still there, folded into a tiny square. Inside was a list of dates. Noah's birthday, the day Lena started. Tomorrow's date circled in red. And one sentence written underneath. "He comes back tomorrow." Then downstairs. The front door slowly opened. Lena had returned. My heart nearly stopped. Lena had already left 20 minutes earlier. I watched her car pull away myself. So how was the front door opening now? I shoved the note into my pocket and killed the nursery light. Slow footsteps moved across the hardwood downstairs. Not rushed. Not sneaky. Comfortable. Like whoever entered believed they belonged there. I stepped into the hallway and listened. A soft humming floated up the stairs. That lullaby. The same one Lena always sang to Noah. I crept down 2 steps and looked into the living room. No one. Kitchen empty. Back door locked. But the humming continued from the nursery behind me. Every hair on my neck stood up. I spun around and ran upstairs. The nursery door, which I had left open, was now closed. Slowly rocking. Back and forth on its hinges. I pushed it open. No one inside. But the rocking chair was moving. The mobile above the crib spun gently. And Noah's stuffed rabbit sat upright in the center of the mattress, facing the door. My wife came up behind me holding Noah. "What are you doing?" she whispered. I grabbed the chair to stop it. The cushion was warm. Someone had just been sitting there. I told her everything. The camera. The whispers. The note. She stared at me like I'd lost my mind, until I showed her the footage. By the end, she was pale. "We fire her tomorrow," she said. I nodded. Then my phone buzzed again. Motion detected. Nursery. We were standing in the nursery. I opened the live feed with shaking hands. The camera showed the room exactly as it was. Except for one thing. In the corner, near the closet. A woman was standing there. Long dark dress. Head tilted down. Motionless. We both turned toward the corner in real life. Nothing there. I looked back at the screen. She was now closer to the crib. And Lena's voice whispered through the app speaker. "Don't look away." My wife screamed. I dropped the phone, and the screen cracked across the corner. For 1 second, the live feed went black. When it came back, the woman on camera was gone. The nursery corner was empty. Same wall. Same lamp. Nothing there. We grabbed Noah and rushed downstairs. No debate. No second opinions. Lena was finished. My wife wanted to call the police immediately, but what would we say? Our nanny whispered to an empty crib, and a ghost appeared on a hidden camera? Instead, we agreed on one thing. Tomorrow, Lena would never be alone with our son again. That night, none of us slept. I sat at the kitchen table replaying every second of footage. Frame by frame. Zoomed in. Slowed down. And then I noticed something worse. The woman in the corner never moved. Not once. No breathing. No blinking. No shift in posture. Because she wasn't standing there. She was hanging there. Suspended just inches above the floor. Hidden in the shadow line where the wall met the closet. I felt sick. At 3:12 a.m., I checked one more clip from earlier that week. Lena was changing Noah, smiling, humming. Then without warning, she looked straight into the camera. Not near it. Into it. She smiled and mouthed 4 words. "I know it's there." I slammed the laptop shut. Morning couldn't come fast enough. At 8 a.m., Lena arrived right on time. Hair neat. Coffee in hand. Calm as ever. "Good morning," she said cheerfully. My wife stood behind me holding Noah tighter than usual. "We need to talk," I said. Lena's smile faded, but only for a second. Then she looked at Noah. Not at us. At him. And said quietly, "He told me this would happen." My wife backed away. I opened the door and pointed outside. "You're done here." Lena didn't argue. Didn't plead. Didn't even seem surprised. She stepped onto the porch, then turned back one last time. "You should check the closet," she said. Then she left. We locked the door. And upstairs, from inside the nursery closet, 3 knocks sounded from within. 3 slow knocks. From inside the nursery closet. My wife clutched Noah so hard he started crying. I grabbed the fireplace poker and ran upstairs. The nursery door was open. Closet shut. Nothing moved. Then, knock, knock, knock. This time louder. I yanked the closet door open. Baby blankets. Storage bins. Extra diapers. Nothing else. No person. No animal. No hidden space. But hanging from the top shelf was something we had never seen before. A small wooden mobile. Handmade. Faded paint. Tiny stars dangling from strings. And carved into the center moon were 2 initials. LM. My wife went pale. "That was my name," she whispered. Her maiden name was Lena Morgan. Same initials. Same first name. She stepped closer, trembling. "I had one of these when I was little." I turned slowly. "What?" She stared at the mobile like she'd seen a ghost. "My parents said it disappeared after the accident." I felt the room tilt. "What accident?" She looked at me, confused. "Hurt. You know this story." I didn't. She swallowed hard. "When I was 4, my mother hired a nanny. Her name was Lena. The air left my lungs. She became obsessed with me," my wife said. "Thought I was her daughter reincarnated. My parents fired her. Then one night, she broke into the house. Noah started wailing downstairs. Neither of us moved. What happened to her?" I asked. My wife's eyes filled with tears. "She died in my bedroom closet." Silence. Then the nursery camera on the dresser turned on by itself. Red recording light glowing. The screen flickered to life. Live feed. The crib in frame. The rocking chair moving on its own. And standing beside it, Lena, smiling into the lens. But Lena had left 10 minutes ago. Then the woman on screen raised one finger and pointed directly at Noah. My wife ran first. She grabbed Noah and sprinted downstairs while I tore the nursery camera off the dresser. The screen went black in my hands. But behind me, the rocking chair kept moving. Back. Forth. Back. We were in the car within 2 minutes. No bags. No clothes. Just keys, Noah, and fear. We checked into a hotel across town and pushed a dresser against the door like that would help. At 11:47 p.m., my phone rang. Home security. Motion detected in the nursery. I told them to call police. Then the operator hesitated. Sir, there appears to be a woman inside holding a child. My blood froze. We flew back before officers arrived. Police lights filled the street. Front door open. Rooms being cleared. We ran upstairs. The nursery window was raised. Cold air pouring in. The mobile spinning slowly. And the crib. Empty. My wife screamed. Officers searched every room while I tore through closets, cabinets, under beds. Then I heard it. A soft humming. Coming from the hallway linen closet. That same lullaby. I yanked the door open. Noah was inside. Wrapped in blankets. Fast asleep. Not a scratch on him. Beside him sat the old wooden mobile from the nursery closet. And pinned to his blanket was a note. Same neat handwriting. You left him alone again. My wife collapsed sobbing. Police searched all night for Lena. No fingerprints. No signs of forced entry. No footage of anyone entering the house. Officially, they called it stalking by a former nanny. Unofficially, one officer pulled me aside. He had reviewed an old report tied to our address. A nanny named Lena Morgan died there 28 years earlier. Inside that same hallway closet. I didn't tell him what we'd seen, or what was still waiting upstairs. Because as he spoke, from the baby monitor clipped to my belt, a woman's voice whispered, "He remembers me now." We sold the house 2 weeks later. No open houses. No staging. No questions answered. We took the first offer and left almost everything behind. Crib. Furniture. Cameras. Even the rocking chair. We moved 3 states away and told no one our new address. For a while, life felt normal again. No whispers. No notes. No midnight calls. No humming through walls. Noah started preschool. My wife finally slept through the night. I convinced myself the house had been the problem. Maybe Lena was real. Maybe she was alive. Maybe everything had an explanation. Then Noah turned 3. That night, after cake and balloons, I tucked him into bed. He looked past me toward the bedroom corner and smiled. Not at me. At someone standing beside the closet. "Good night, Lena," he said. Every nerve in my body locked up. I turned. Nothing there. I laughed it off for his sake and kissed his forehead. "Who's Lena, buddy?" He giggled. "The lady who sings." I checked every room in the house. Windows locked. Doors locked. Alarm armed. No sign of anyone. At 2:13 a.m., I woke to humming. Soft. Familiar. Coming through the baby monitor. I ran to Noah's room. He was asleep. Blanket tucked neatly around him. But the closet door was open. Inside, hanging from a hook we had never installed, was the wooden mobile. Tiny stars spinning slowly. Moon turning in circles. My wife stood behind me shaking. "We left that behind," she whispered. Then Noah sat upright in bed without opening his eyes. And in a voice that was not his, he said, "You keep taking him from me." The room temperature dropped so fast I could see my breath. The mobile stopped spinning. Silence. Then 3 gentle knocks came from inside the closet wall. Knock. 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 I pulled Noah into my arms and backed away. Because carved into the moon, where there had been initials before, was one new line. "Room ready for 2."